Okay. Now remember, for video people, it starts about right now. Right now is right about when the video people come in. And when the video people come in, we want to make sure that we're looking proper. We want to make sure that we're looking good. You know, not like turned around, not picking our nose, not
I'm good. I'm not
checking
doing
out our
stuff.
hair. So I'm just warning you, right now is when they're going to be seeing and hearing you. So don't do anything drastic. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome everyone to the Drip Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday on twitch.tv/dripmedia or twitch.tv/Uncle Geeb at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button on YouTube. You can also watch our video podcast on YouTube, youtube.com/dripgeeb. This week, we have a tweet from Nintendo that just came out 3 minutes ago. We're going to talk about we missed a week. Sorry guys. Welcome back. Thank you guys for hanging in with us. We're a new episode this week, obviously, because you're listening to this. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about the Game Awards. We're going to be talking about that we missed. We're going to be talking about the Indie Direct that happened. What was that? Yesterday? Yesterday. As of this recording.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. How long? I don't know. And we're going to talk about other things that is controversial and fun. With that being said, Drip,
and Spider-Man. We're also talking about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Don't forget about that.
I didn't forget. I just forgot. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I just saw Spider-Man. I'm doing fantastic.
You did. You literally just saw Spider-Man.
Literally, I got home that we started this. Like, I'm gonna talk about it here in a minute. Oh, dude. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Good Lord. It was very good. We'll get into that here in a minute.
Yes, we will.
Other than that, I'm doing all right, man. I feel like I'm really behind on everything all the time. Like, no matter what, I'm just behind. It seems like no matter what I do, I can't get caught up with anything. It's a little frustrating, to tell you the truth. It's a little frustrating. I did have a pretty productive day as far as other things go, though, like just shooting and, editing.
Yeah.
B-roll, things like that.
Yeah, you were doing B-roll as we were preparing for the podcast.
Yes. I had to quit a little bit earlier than I wanted to because I had to clean all this up. It was a disaster back here, but it's fine now. Most of it's done. I think I can get away with that. Maybe set something up different. I don't know. I'll worry about that after this. Other than that, man, it's just been, I've literally been trying to catch up with things all week, and I feel like I haven't caught up with any of them. So just one of those weeks. How are you doing, man? How was your week?
My week, it's always a weird question to ask on Thursday night how your week was, because it's not quite over. But to answer your question, it's not bad. I mean, I don't do very much. I don't do a lot. I don't, even though it's a lot safer to go out and be a person again, I just don't. I just kind of go to work and come home, play video games, which I have been doing a lot of, which I love, on stream and off stream.
Yeah,
hanging out with
streaming again. You're streaming again.
I am hanging out with the girl. It's always fun. It's my boo.
Yeah,
hanging out with boo. And and podcasting and stuff. So yeah, I've been fantastic. In fact, I worked. Actually, no, that's not the segue I want to do. The segue I want to do is I worked today. Didn't do a whole lot of productive things, more like relaxing, preparing for the stream. I prepare for the podcast and the stream probably like 2 hours before you and I get on even. So I sit here for a couple hours doing stuff.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I sit here and like intently work. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I am the man who works the most in the world. I mean, I like to be prepared. I don't want to sound like an idiot, even though I always do anyway. All this work that I do, like the finished product you see right here, which is not that finished, it takes hours to get to where I am right now, to not fumble over my words.
I mean, I'm glad you put in the effort.
I'm serious.
I'm glad you put in the effort.
Also, something I'm serious about, the new Sega games online that just got announced, 3 minutes ago? Oh, wait, no. So, hold on. We didn't talk about this. Do you have a beer this week?
No, yes. I mean, I'm drinking a beer, but I don't have anything special this week.
Yeah, neither
Dude,
do I.
Spider-Man took over my entire brain when I left there. Dude, I had nothing. I couldn't do anything.
Well, I mean,
I'll tell you how bad it was. I stopped to get gas at a place, walked inside to pay for it, walked straight out, got into my truck, and left. I didn't even get the gas.
Oh my God.
I mean, obviously, I didn't get it. The guy's gonna see I didn't get it and
Right.
cancel it out. But I was like, God, why did I do that? I'd stop at a different gas station to get gas.
Right.
And I was like, I should walk in here and get a beer of the week. And then I just was like, man, Spider-Man though. Spider-Man though.
Well, what are
cool.
what are you drinking there?
I have a lovely Busch Light, cool as the mountain spring.
Give us some tones and some textures and some flavors.
I mean, it's pretty much the flavor of awesome, and with subtle notes of badassery. I mean, that's mostly it.
What's you got a special can there? What's that can?
They're like digital camo because it's hunting season, so
it's Webbit season.
It's duck season, but
okay.
Yeah, so they do that for this time of year.
I'm curious, does any of the kids out there get that joke? Not that
probably not.
Not that either of you or me had that show as a kid legitimately. I mean, that was very much reruns.
I did. No.
It was reruns.
No.
Was there new Looney Tunes when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Brand new.
Yes. For sure. Yeah.
When did they 100%. Stop making brand new Looney Tunes?
I don't know, but I definitely saw all kinds of new stuff. Yeah. They were a brand for a long time.
Well, I'm like 9 years younger than you, so I wonder if I didn't watch them.
You may have. I don't know.
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's like Baby Toon. When I was a kid, there was Baby Tunes. I remember it was like Looney Tune Babies. There were baby characters. Yeah. There was like lots of spin-offs and stuff. But like actual straight up Looney Tunes. I wonder when that stopped.
Now that you mention, I don't know.
I feel like that was like I feel like the 60s or 70s when they axed that. That's what I feel like. I don't know.
No,
I have no idea.
No, I think you're wrong about that. We're gonna have to look into that one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Looney Tunes, I don't know. Yeah. But
and again, you were totally, because we're a little bit scatterbrained. At least me. I am the not that there's I'm 1A and you're 1B host. I talk more, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm a bit scatterbrained and I'm the producer as well. I kind of I'm scatterbrained right now because we took a week off last week. Did I mention that already? Thank you guys for sticking around. Yeah, we took a week off last week. So like if we sound scatterbrained and stuff, that's why. We'll get back in the groove. Actually, we won't, because we're gonna take a Christmas break coming up because of Christmas and traveling and such. Anyway, that's for down the road. Right now, the Nintendo tweet.
Yeah. Thunder Force 2, Altered Beast, Toe Jam and Earl, which that's cool.
I don't know what any of this is.
Dynamite Heady and Sword of Vermilion. I don't know any of these. I wasn't a Sega kid though. Like Toe Jam and Earl, I know because that was like a big thing. I don't know any of these. I
feel like Sword of Vermilion sounds familiar because of sword. I guess.
I don't know. It doesn't to me. Not at all. Again, I wasn't a Sega kid. It's interesting that they just dropped. Think about this though.
Yeah.
This is a little strange, right? This whole thing here, it's a little strange. We just got 5 Sega games. 5 Sega games. And the last thing we got for the 60, we got 1 64 game.
Because Nintendo values themselves over everybody else.
And the promise of another one. We know what we're getting next month. That's all.
What are we getting next month?
I can't even remember now. What is it? We got Paper Mario this month. Next month it's Banjo, maybe? Might be wrong about that. I think it's Banjo.
I didn't know we got that information. I would have put that in here.
Pretty sure it's Banjo. I mean, either way, 5 Sega games, but again, like, I don't know. I don't know who, they're Sega games. That's fine. That's cool. Whatever. Like that's not what I'm really you know, I'm here for the 64 games.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think most people are definitely in it for the 64 game. I mean, in fact, I call it Nintendo 64 Online Expansion Pack. I don't even mention Sega ever when I talk about it, even though it's included in the expansion pack.
I mean, I played some of the Sega games. Like, it's cool to have them, but like, there's other ways to play those on the Switch. You know that, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think most of the games, Jinx,
are they're on the Switch already.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I thought there'd be something. I was hoping that there'd be a title that's like, even though I didn't play any Sega games growing up, just like, oh yeah, like that, like Street Fighter. Oh yeah, I know that, like something like that. But
yeah,
nothing on this list at all do I recognize. So
yeah, I mean,
it just came out a few minutes ago. For you guys, it's gonna be a few days. You're gonna have time to soak it in, probably play some of these games. So
yeah, they're out now, like right now.
Right. So I don't know. Let us know how you feel on the Triple G Twitter. Yeah, tweet at us.
There you go.
That good stuff.
There you go. Nice plug.
Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Our first topic of the night. Oh wait, I'm drinking a Miller Lite. Let's forget that I have these. They're almost gone. The free Miller Lights are almost gone. They're getting me by.
You've had those for so long. You've had those forever. I can't believe you still have them.
48, man. There's 48 of them. I got two.
I mean, I guess it's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them.
Last you a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, they suck. So it's like
I've been trying to drink
last resort.
Right, exactly. I've been trying to drink less beer lately just because I don't want to. I'm getting way too fat. Like it's out of control right now. So like I'm drinking less beer so I can at least not have that in my life for it making me fat. And that's why I help. Yeah, for sure. It does. It makes a huge deal. I will literally drink if I don't want to skip dinner. I'll just drink a Miller Lite. I skip dinner, and it not that it's nutritious in any way, but
no,
I mean,
it's not.
It gives me some of the calories and like the feeling of being full and stuff. So
yeah, it does.
Don't recommend.
It will do that.
Don't recommend.
Will do that. I guess it's
now,
good for something.
Back to regularly scheduled programming. We're going to talk about the Spider-Man trailer. Or sorry, Spider-Man movie. The whole thing. The whole thing.
All right.
Okay. No spoiler. God, don't leave yet, people.
Yeah, yes.
No spoilers.
There's no spoilers. I'm not gonna talk about spoilers. Holy crap, though, man! Like,
so let's start off like this. I have not seen the movie. You have seen the movie.
You haven't seen it. I saw.
We're gonna play
3 today.
We're gonna play this game between the two of us, where you're the guy who saw the movie, and without giving any spoilers, you're gonna let us know as much as you can about the movie, what's interesting, anything you want to say about it. No spoilers, and because I don't want to be spoiled either, guys.
I will not. Yeah. No spoilers. There's one thing that I'm gonna talk about, but I will let you guys know if you.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. It has nothing to do with the movie.
No spoilers.
Yeah, there's no spoilers. It has nothing to do with the movie, but it's something that they did, that they haven't done before, to my knowledge, which was. I think they have,
but we'll get to that. We'll get there.
I don't know if they have. Yeah, we'll get there.
Let's start with like your impressions, man.
The movie in general, absolutely amazing. It was so good. There's very, very serious parts in this movie. Very serious stuff.
Okay.
There's a ton of really light stuff too, and the way that it's balanced is. It's insane, dude. I literally was crying, and then probably 7 to 8 minutes later, I was laughing hysterically. Like, it wasn't out of place. You know what I mean? It wasn't
right.
Oh, that was weird to be like. Not at all. It was just done so well, and there is some fan service in this movie that is done. I mean, just like. Callbacks to other MCU movies, things like this, things like that. A lot of fan service in this movie, done very, very well.
Good.
Star Wars, like The Force Awakens, or not The Force Awakens, I'm sorry, Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Full of fan service. In my opinion, it wasn't done the greatest. It was kind of just thrown in there like, oh, whatever. But this had some context and tons of fan service, but I think it was done really well. Tom Holland was absolutely fantastic. Like he's
gonna be one of the next greats. When it's all said and done, he's gonna be one of the next greats. He's so talented.
Dude, I've never seen him like this. Like, dude, he was great. He was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I mean, how old is he? Is he even like in his mid-20s yet?
Yeah. I think so, right? He's got to be. I
I
don't
don't
know. I
know.
don't know what he is.
You keep talking. I'm gonna Google
He's
how old he is.
he he's just so good in this movie. You can tell. You can tell this. You know, as we've gone 3 movies with this Peter Parker, you can tell he's starting to become more of more of an adult Spider-Man, not a kid Spider-Man. I guess not really. He's still a kid, obviously, but he's just he dude, he killed it. He was so good. He was
Yeah.
so good. The serious parts that he was in, like when things were happening, amazing. Comedy, he's always pretty good with that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. The highlight of the movie for sure. He is the star, but like it was his acting was incredible. It was really,
how old
really
do you
good.
think he is?
26.
He's 25.
Oh, I almost said 25.
You almost, but you didn't. So yeah, I'm actually surprised.
didn't.
I thought he was gonna be like 23. So 25. But that's still very, very young. And his talented. So talented.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, and there was a trailer for the what's that movie he's going to be in?
I don't know.
The Uncharted movie. There was a trailer for that. And I thought he was pretty, I don't know. He looks like he's going to be pretty good in that, but man, I've never seen him like this. It was
I
very
don't remember
good.
what movie I saw him in, but I did see him in one of the movie, and I was really impressed with his performance. Like, just not thinking about his Spider-Man performances, his Marvel appearances, just like at him as the actor in that movie I was like, wow, you did a great job. Like, I forget the name of it, but I remember the movie now. But yeah, what a great job he did. Like,
Yeah.
it was drama.
The bad guys, clearly not a spoiler. We know about these bad guys.
It's literally in the trailers.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. Dude.
It brings it right back to the original performance.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. Jamie Foxx was pretty good too, actually. Jamie Foxx surprised me, especially knowing the character that he's playing.
Yeah.
From like where he played it to what he did with it now. I thought he did a really good job with that.
Good.
What's the guy? I forget his name, the guy who plays Doc Ock.
He's great. He's always great.
He was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic. It's just that they did a really, really good job with this movie. The 95% or whatever it's sitting at on Rotten Tomatoes right now, it easily deserves that. This is honestly, I'm trying to like keep my head about this, give it some time to like settle in. But this, not only is this, I can say for sure this is my favorite Spider-Man movie ever. It's the best Spider-Man movie that's ever been made.
Okay.
Easy. That's easy. This may be my favorite MCU movie. Like it rivals Endgame. It rivals Infinity War. Like it rivals the big ones, man. It's good. It's really well done.
I have high hopes for it. I can't wait to see it. I don't think we should get much more onto it, honestly, because I do want to.
That's it.
I want to see I want to see the movie.
Talk about the end thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Talk about your end thing. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you guys kind of what this is, and if you decide you don't want to hear it, I'm gonna put my hand up. So I don't know, audio people. I guess I don't know.
Audio people, just like skip 60 seconds.
Yeah, skip a minute. I'll keep it short.
But it's not a spoiler. It's not in any way a spoiler.
I can tell you this right now. It has nothing to do with this movie at all.
It's
nothing to do with it.
Something you wouldn't know unless you went to the movie theater and saw it, but it's not about content.
They did something different with a post-credit scene. It was not a post-credit scene. It was something different, okay?
Okay, now so audio listeners, go ahead and skip.
You can decide if that's okay with you, if you want to hear it. It has nothing to do with Spider-Man. Nothing to do at all. I'm going to put my hand up. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to turn the volume down, and then I'll talk about it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so they had a mid-credit scene. So there was a post-credit scene in there, but usually on these bigger ones, there's two. So I waited till the end, thinking there was going to be another one. There was something, but it was not a post-credit scene. It was actually the first trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and it was fucking awesome.
Ooh,
Oh, it was
man.
awesome. Uh,
I'm
it was
excited.
great.
I'm excited to check
It
that
was
out.
so good. Like it was so good.
It'll be on. It'll be on the internet in a week. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
think it'll probably be out in a week. It'll probably be out in a week. But
Probably
okay,
today. Who knows?
yeah, we're done talking about it. That was pretty cool. Something
Yeah.
different. So that was cool.
Yeah. Well, once we see it, I'm not opposed to doing a let's hold my beer with you and me, just like talking about the spoilers.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
Yeah,
Because
I'm not
I
opposed
have
to it.
so much to say about this movie.
Again, I haven't seen it, and you haven't told me anything spoilers because I don't want to hear it. But I have, based off the trailers, I kind of have an idea of what we're gonna see. And,
No, you don't.
Well,
no, you don't. I thought
in
I did too.
particular, so again, this is not gonna be a spoiler because I haven't seen the movie. If I'm right, I could be right. I'm guessing. I want to see the other Spider-Mans. I want to see them all together. I want to see them all together, and I think this movie is going to do that for me. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be super disappointed. I will be a little bit, though. I really want to see all the Spider-Mans together, and that's making me really hyped to see this movie. I'm not going to see it in theaters. I'm probably going to wait till it's be able to purchase on the internet because for reasons. But yeah, no, man. I can't wait to check the movie out. I've sent you guys the other day. I love my sound system, man. I will watch any movie down here. Just as enjoyable for me down here as a movie theater.
You honestly should just mask up and go see this movie. I'm telling you, man.
I really want to. Not now because we're going to see my nephew and he's unvaccinated because he is 4.
Okay.
So we're being extra safe right now.
For him. That's understandable. That's very understandable.
There's other people involved, not just me. So.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, can't wait to check that movie out.
It's amazing, dude. So good.
Yeah. And so again, like we said earlier, guys, we missed last week's podcast. Thank you guys so much for blowing up our last episode though. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
Like, dude, I know. So I mean, it's not crazy numbers, but like for our podcast, yeah, it was
and we're talking about our audio numbers that you guys will never be able to see unless I tell you because it's private information. YouTube, you can see those numbers. YouTube's, it's public information, the views and likes and stuff. But the audio numbers are always private, and I'll let you guys know right now. I think I can guesstimate we have about 60 people who listen to our podcast. Now, give or take, obviously, it comes and goes, but about 60 consistent people who watch podcasts. Sometimes they skip, sometimes they watch, whatever. About 60 listeners, okay? So our episodes are usually around 60 listens, give or take. This episode got to 94. Mm-hmm. So my theory is that there's more people, and if you're brand new to the podcast, welcome in or welcome back to the first time. Thank you for listening. But seriously, like I think there must be a bunch of new people. So not a bunch, a few. I mean, new people.
Yeah, there's new people clearly. So welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Glad to have you.
Yeah. Like 35 extra plays we would never usually get, which is awesome.
Yeah. So that's fun. That's
awesome.
Good.
And with that being said, since we missed a week, we also missed talking about the Game Awards last week.
We did.
A little disappointment, a little excitement, mostly disappointment for Nintendo fans.
Yes, it was disappointing, but I mean, we're gonna talk about this a little bit later. Before we jump into all that disappointment, I mean, there were some good things. Like, I want to start out with this. I just heard everybody going so just oh, this was awful. Worst Game Awards ever. Like, was it really? Was it really the worst Game Awards ever? Like, what? It's an award show.
Yeah.
I think people really lose touch with what this is. And it's kind of easy to lose touch with what this is because Jeff Keighley pumps this up as like a mini E3. That's what he does. That's what he makes it seem like it's going to be. And then it never is. And people are disappointed.
Right.
It's an award show. Like you can't expect that much. I mean, something, yes. And you just have to watch. Your expectations have to be in line with what this actually is. I mean, yes, we get announcements and we got some cool stuff, like not like all the stuff that we were hoping for, but there was still a bunch of stuff there. There was a ton of stuff there. I mean, let's talk about.
Yeah, let's get to announcements.
Some of it.
You just said announcements, so let's go ahead and get right to the announcements.
What did you like? What was your favorite thing?
Well, sir, my favorite announcement, and honestly, I didn't tune in for most of the Game Awards. I had to go to bed. My favorite announcement right fucking here, man. Star Wars Eclipse. Let me tell you something.
That looked great.
I'm not gonna play the trailer
really
right
cool.
now, probably because of many reasons. But dude, I was sitting here. Abby just got home from work. She was doing conferences or something like that. I can't remember. But she got home. She came down. I'm watching the Game Awards. Watching you stream the Game Awards, and I'm like, this comes on. I'm like, is it, huh? Lucasfilm? What?
Oh, I know. And I was like,
hold on.
dude.
And then I was like, okay, this is a movie trailer. I want the most of that trailer. I'm like, wait a minute, is this a movie? Is this wait? The game? It looks a little bit fake. Wait, hold on, but wait, hold. It wasn't until the very end where it's the Star Wars Eclipse that I'm like, I'm still not 100% sure if this is a game or a movie. That's how good this game looks. It is so impossible to tell from the trailer that if it's a game or a movie.
But it was a cinematic trailer. We didn't see any type of gameplay.
I'll tell you what
the actual game's gonna look like.
I'll tell you what. Holy shit! What a cinematic job they did. Like, it's so cinematic.
It did look really good.
I don't care. It got me hyped. That's what it did, and that was their intention. I am so hyped about this. The actual game itself, it's probably gonna be a while till we see it. What, 2023?
If that.
So I mean, it's gonna be a long time. But Jesus, this game looks fantastic. And by the time the game comes out, probably in 2 to 3 years, it's gonna. Man, it's gonna look good, man. It's gonna look so good.
Yeah,
even if it's
the
not
High Republic era, which is all the new stuff they're about to start exploring.
Yeah, even if it doesn't look like what it does in the trailer, it's gonna look fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna look good. I just wonder what type of game this is actually gonna be.
No idea.
We didn't get a ton of information on that. I don't know if they said anything afterwards, but I mean, either way, yeah. I mean, it looked great. Yeah. It looked awesome. One thing we did see gameplay for, which was in-game stuff, was Hellblade 2. I don't know if you've played the first one, but man, dude, that game, the first one was really cool. This second one looks unbelievable. And it was gameplay. Like, if you've played the game, you know kind of what this is. You control the character and do certain things. It's kind of like a cinematic and gameplay at the same time. Like, you kind of come in and out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very fluid thing, but that's kind of what they showed here. I mean, it looked like a movie. It looked really good. I was really excited about that. And it's on Xbox. So
cool.
Well, it's an Xbox exclusive now. They bought the studio. So that'll be on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Day one.
And the TV show, Halo TV show, was kind of interesting. I mean,
that was very interesting.
I may or may not watch it, depending on where it could be watched and various reasons. But I mean, it's interesting. I think that I'm a Halo fan.
Where it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, I'm not gonna watch it then.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that right now. But I feel like I'm interested to see it. Speaking of that, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, got a trailer.
The movie and the game.
Yeah. So the movie, the guy who does I cannot remember his name. The guy who does the voice of Sonic.
Yeah. Well, I can see his face.
His little bit with the CD, the disc, the DVD. I thought that was really funny. I laughed at that pretty hard. I thought that was good. And then it came back around and he was like, "Oh, nope, it's still just a blank disc." But
Among Us VR, how much do you care about that?
I just scrolled over that. It's interesting. I could imagine playing Among Us in VR. That's kind of sounds fun.
It does. I'm a Star Trek fan. Star Trek Resurgence. That's interesting. I'm not gonna play it, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Cuphead DLC, that's cool.
Yep.
I kind of want to go back to Cuphead. I never beat it. I got really frustrated with it, but I kind of want to go back and play that one now. The Sonic movie looked great. Knuckles looked badass. That game right there, you got up Tunic.
What am I
That's
looking
one I've been
at?
waiting on
What
for a while.
I haven't seen this. What is this?
It's
Tunic.
it's kind of like a top-down Zelda sort of thing. You're a Fox.
That looks like they knocked off Zelda.
Yeah.
With a fox.
Yeah, but it
green tunic, blue and red shield with silver outline.
It's different enough, but I'm excited to play that one. That one's gonna be fun.
Knockoff to me. I'm kind of mad about that.
Dune. There was a Dune game. Spice Wars. I don't know. The name of that one kind of like it makes me think it's a real-time strategy game. So
Yep.
I don't know about that.
All right, let's move on to the actual awards themselves.
Hang on, there's one more thing we absolutely have to talk about.
What's that?
The Matrix thing that they put out. What's it called? The Matrix Awakens, I think is what it's called. The interactive experience. You can download and play through on Unreal Engine 5 on your Xbox or PlayStation. Yeah. It's absolutely insane. It looks so stupidly real. Like you think like you were really impressed with that Star Wars trailer. Just go watch. I think IGN put up a video of playing through the entire thing. Like you're on like a highway shooting out of the back of a car, and then you get to walk around this open world. It's the most ridiculous looking thing you've ever seen in your life. It looks so real. Like everything just looks incredibly real, but it's all done in Unreal Engine 5. I mean, you can't even tell. At some points, you can't tell if it's actually Keanu Reeves or if it's done digitally. It's insane. It looks fantastic. Anybody listening who hasn't seen it, definitely check that out. You can look at the whole thing online. They didn't show any of it that night, and I was kind of mad about that. I was like, I want to see it. Like, just show us some of it. And they didn't really show us any of it, but it's pretty cool. It's got both of them in it. I don't remember her name, but Keanu Reeves is in it. The other girl's in it, and they, they have this dialogue where they're talking about what they're doing, and all. Keanu Reeves is talking about all this crazy, like, just crazy Matrix type stuff. Yeah, and they kind of like break the fourth wall or whatever, and they're like, that's all great, but they want us to do this. She's saying, and Keanu Reeves is like, who? And she's like, marketing. But they have this little running joke for a minute where they're talking about like, the marketing stuff. And it was fun. It was cool. It's definitely worth taking a look at if you haven't. It's very impressive. But at the same time, it's a tech demo. Like, you can't do anything other than drive a car and walk around. You can do a lot of like developer stuff, which is cool. You can like take down like layers and look at different things like where they've built. It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, you can fly around the city like in like drone view and just look at all. It's nuts, man.
Xbox
it
only?
Just looks so good. It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox.
Oh, okay.
It's on both.
Okay, cool.
It's unreal. Get it?
I see what you did there. You know what else is unreal? The Game Awards and the actual awards that happened at the Game Awards. Just kidding.
I mean,
let's start from the bottom of the list here, just from kind of like from the beginning of the show up. Most anticipated game, not Nintendo related, even though. Oh, I'm sorry. Totally Nintendo related. Most anticipated game.
Not Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because everyone and their mom is an Elden Ring fan. I mean, there's not like a cult following of Elden Ring people.
Yeah, but it
totally
there is,
big.
though.
There's a big cult.
There is though. It's just not
huge.
Us.
It's huge. It's so big. It's such a big cult.
I mean, it is. But
my cult's bigger than yours, and I will prove it. I'll prove it to you. Don't make me prove it to you.
That's the thing. It's fine. Like, it does look cool. It looks great.
It does look great. But what's better?
I would just
Zelda.
Obviously, we want Zelda. Yes, we would like Zelda more, but that's just not.
I was flabbergasted. I was like, that's the best. That's the most given award of the night. I mean, how could they? Nintendo fans let us down, really. You guys, you the listener, you let us down. You let me down. I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's a fan vote. It's a popularity contest. Apparently, more Elden Ring popularity than Zelda.
No. Hold on. Is this all a fan vote? I don't think it is.
It's incorporated with fans. I mean, whatever.
No, because the fan vote, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure all the things we voted on, like the fan vote, like the winners of the fan vote counts as one vote.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that.
It's still kind of a popularity contest. At least the hubbub is.
What's funny is this is like the same exact games that were on the list last year too. That's what's kind of funny about it.
Let's pretend that award doesn't list that.
Yeah, I mean we don't need to go through all of them.
Not for this audience. Sorry. Yeah, best esport athlete. We want to talk about that. That's for sure. Because Drip, I mean, technically speaking, we're both content creators, but you're definitely a content creator. At least I'm a fake one, and you're a real one. Content creator of the year. I mean, Drip. I mean, congratulations on being on the ballot. I mean, just being on the ballot itself was an award enough.
Oh yeah.
But the fact you didn't win, it's okay. I mean, you don't have to feel too bad about yourself.
Fine. Maybe next year.
Well, like obviously Dream. I mean, Dream's got to win the award. I mean, how else could you pick other than Dream?
I don't even know who that is.
You're supposed to play around.
Shows you how much I know.
You're supposed to play around, man. Do you think I know what Dream is? I dream at night. That's as much as I know about Dream.
Yes.
Next up, best multiplayer game.
I was really wanting Monster Hunter Rise to win this one. They didn't. Can
I explain to you why it didn't win? It's because it's not really a multiplayer game. I mean, there's multiplayer aspect to it, but it's not really. It's not. It's not. It's okay though.
Yeah, It Takes Two won. I mean, it clearly deserves it. I mean, it won.
Shh, don't spoil. I'm sorry.
They already know.
It
won Game of the Year.
It's been 2 weeks. Best sim strategy game, Age of Empires.
Keep moving.
Racing game, your boy.
Yeah. And you know what? Now that we're here talking about this, I think it's kind of weird. Like, I get why, but they've got to. I don't know. They just gloss over a bunch of these awards really fast. Like they do like 5, and I understand why, but I don't know. I wish they would do a little bit more with that. I don't know. I don't even know how they do it, because I mean, I don't want to take away from the announcements. I'm here for the announcements. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But
so we didn't actually say it. Best racing game was
Forza Horizon 5.
Forza Horizon 5.
Best sports/racing game.
That's impressive.
Yeah, dude, it's good. It's
really
good.
You got F1, which is a great gaming racing franchise. You got FIFA 22, which has a cult following.
I'm so glad Hot Wheels Unleashed got the nod at least. You know, like you're in the running.
Hey man,
I didn't figure it would win, but I mean, lots of racing games in there.
Now
which I'm happy
here's
about.
a category that I literally laughed out loud at. That the fact that the category is best family game, and as you would expect, Nintendo makes a heavy bulk of that. So we got WarioWare, Get It Together, very good game. Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury might be my favorite game that I played this year. Listen, Skyward Sword. I picked it for my Nintendo review rewind. I picked that as my favorite game of the year. But I had a hard time not picking Bowser's Fury. I love that game. I love 3D World. First time I've gotten to play it, and Bowser's Fury, everyone's first time. Man, that's a good game.
Bowser's Fury was worth the price of admission itself, man.
What a good 5 hours that was.
New
Pokemon Snap. Mario Party Superstars, the newest Mario Party, great game, and It Takes Two. And as you would expect, being a Nintendo podcast,
It Takes Two cleaned house, man.
Yeah, man.
Cleaned house.
It Takes Two won the game, and I laughed out loud, like, holy crap! How did Nintendo manage to not beat 1-1?
I did too.
I have a question for you. Do you think it's a situation of they cancel each other out? Like if in sports reference, you got two players in the same team up for the MVP award, they cancel each other out because naturally, how can you pick one or the other? Is that what happened here?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It Takes Two. Clearly, it's a great game. It's the game of the year, Geeb. It's the game of the year.
Well, let's break this down real fast because I'm very interested in this. So, 3D World Bowser's Fury, I'm not gonna say that's the best family game of the year. It's a great game, but it's not the best family game.
I don't think Pokemon Snap is either. I love
Pokemon's
that
name
game, but
is
it's not
it's
Family Game
family
of the Year.
friendly, but the family game, I think of Mario Party Superstars.
Mario Party, yeah.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, as far as family, because it's when you say family game, what I think of is you get the family together, you get around the TV, and you play, and or family friendly. So
it has to be both, yeah.
Yeah, so it has to be both, but it also could be a family friendly game only.
Yeah.
So
which some of these are.
So
is WarioWare even multiplayer?
No. Local.
See,
local.
Okay.
But only two of these games managed to be family friendly and family friendly playing with your family. That didn't make a whole lot of sense. Family friendly and a family game, like a board game, if you will. Mario Party Superstars, It Takes Two. I mean, it's not necessarily family, but you get other person, you and one other person, and you play the game together.
Yeah, Snap's single player.
Yeah, Snap single player. 3D World is not, but the online is atrocious. Bowser's Fury is not, which was why the best. That's why it's in the categories, because of Bowser's Fury, and that's not a family game.
I don't know.
It's family friendly.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah,
it was a weird one.
Breaking it down further, I do understand why, because you're basically putting up It Takes Two against Mario Party Superstars, which is coming off of the worst performance of the franchise Mario Party. It's coming off the worst performance of Mario Party, saddest exclusive game they've put out in their lifetime. Nintendo, like, what are you doing?
It's not the worst. It wasn't the greatest, but it definitely wasn't the worst.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I mean,
there's been worse, but
you know what I mean.
Wasn't great.
What a sad performance just 2 years ago. You can't forget. Don't rest in peace. Rest in suffering. Old Mario Party, like, get out of my Switch.
But this new one's great. It's
new
fun.
one's great,
Whatever.
but I'm thinking that's what brought it down a bit, because it's like, why did this game come out? I thought it was DLC. You know.
All right, what else we got?
Fighting game. Yeah. RPG. I don't really know much. I mean, Monster Hunter is, again, I don't see Monster Hunter as an RPG.
But it is.
You play as a hunter. Fantastic. It didn't win, by the way. We'll just make that clear.
No, it didn't. Metroid Dread won best
action adventure game. How do you feel about that? Actually, no. You know what won? Ratchet and Clank.
No, it didn't. I don't know, man. I'm just glad Dread won something. I really thought, just for a split second, I was like, Dread's gonna win Game of the Year. It's gonna happen. Nope.
I kind of thought.
But again, I mean, whatever. All this did this night, as far as the games and what won what, has made me realize that I need to play It Takes Two. But you have to play with another person. Oh yeah. What's it on?
And G podcast. It's not on Switch, ironically.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So it had to be PC for you and me.
Well,
Steam copy, not even Game Pass. If it's on Game Pass, I don't know.
I don't think it's on Game Pass.
But I mean, I don't think I could stream it, because my PC doesn't like to stream games and stream at the same time. But you could stream it, and I'd play with you.
Maybe, depending on the. Maybe it depends.
Like, add us
certain games I can. Some games.
If you want to see Drip NG play It Takes Two together, let us know in the Twitters at DripGeeb. Be great.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I mean, what we got. I mean, whatever.
We can just kind of fast forward to what we actually.
Forza Horizon 1 accessibility, that was cool, which it deserved.
Mobile game. I think lots of people in our community like Genshin. I think Genshin Impact.
I haven't played it yet, man. I have it on my phone. I still haven't played it. I want it. I just want it to come to Switch. Like, please, just come to Switch.
Nice. It's a mobile game, and Switch is a mobile console. Just saying.
They're trying. I mean, it's going to be on Switch eventually.
Ongoing game, just an interesting category, because obviously games that have long shelf lives are interesting to talk about. I'll be honest here. I just thought about this right now. Why isn't Rocket League considered on this?
I don't know. I mean, it has been before.
It's still going, and it's going strong. I'm just curious.
This year,
I guess not. I mean, I don't.
That's another thing that was announced that I thought was pretty cool. But again, just a cinematic trailer. We totally forgot that Wonder Woman game.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that looked pretty damn cool. But again, they didn't really tell us or show us anything except there's going to be a Wonder Woman game, which is cool.
Yeah. So real quick, games for impact. I don't really thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I don't know, whatever. Life is Strange True Colors. I've not played it yet. I'm waiting for the Switch version, even though it's already out technically, but I want the physical copy because honestly, I just want to save space on my SD card. So I'll wait till February for that
Fair.
because I'm literally I got like 30 gigs left on my 250.
Ooh,
I need a new.
cutting it
I need a new.
close.
And I've deleted all things I need to delete. I'm running. I
Oh,
do have
man.
20 extra on my actual hard drive on the Switch or the SSD on the Switch. So I mean,
Yeah.
there's about 50 gigs left, but still, I'm running low, and
You are.
it's quite a lot of space on there, and there's more games to play upcoming. So I'll wait for the physical cartridge.
Best audio design. Forza won that too. Just
Yeah, they always have good music with that. Did Ratchet and Clank win anything? Ratchet and Clank.
It won something. Best narrative. Guardians of the Galaxy won that.
Yeah,
I haven't finished it yet, but man, what I got into of that game, it was good. Like I want to go back and play the rest because man, it was really good.
Yeah, man. And now we're here. Game of the year. It Takes Two takes it.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. Makes me want to play the game. I mean,
me too, man.
I don't know. And again, like I honestly, this isn't the only. This isn't the only award show in gaming, like game of the year, like everybody gives a game of the year. There's so many game of the years here and there and this and that.
Yeah.
Like this one, the only reason this one matters so much is because it's so hyped and we get all these announcements with it. But that's kind of what I really want to talk about. We have got to stop. We've got to stop taking everything. Like Nintendo fans were disappointed, especially if you listen to the leakers out there, if you listen to them and took them seriously for whatever reason, you're super disappointed after the Game Awards. This has got to stop. Like this whole leak culture that we're in right now, it's honestly, it's a pain in the ass, man. I am so sick of the whole thing. The whole thing. I hate it. I hate it. Like, not only, I know you have a lot to say about this, and I'm going to let you have the floor here in a minute, but like the one thing I do want to say that I think is just not even listening to it, just the fact that it's a thing. Like, people want to be the one to be like, oh, I said this is going to happen, and I ruined the surprise for everybody.
Right.
Like, don't you want to be surprised? Like, remember that? Nintendo can still surprise us sometimes. Some stuff doesn't get leaked, but it's like, and I would have so much more fun at these directs, these whatever, E3, if, half the stuff that we saw at the Game Awards, me digging around just that day, I found most of it. Just digging around on the internet. I found most of it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people were saying that didn't come true. We had our Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, which I said that ain't happening. I mean, I figured Nintendo would come with something. They literally came with nothing. So it was a huge disappointment for, anybody who was here as a Nintendo fan. It was disappointing. But like I said to you in the beginning, before it even started, when we did our pre-show, it's a possibility. Not one I actually thought was going to come true, but it can happen. It's not the first time they've done it.
Yeah. Well, before I get into my my 2 cents, what you said and everything like that, it's only disappointment if you have expectations.
Yeah.
I didn't have any expectations because I knew that Nintendo wasn't going to have anything. In fact, on our pre-show on your Twitch, before the Game Awards started, you asked me, what are you going to see from Nintendo? And I said, one thing or less. And that you were like, nah, because you have expectations.
Well, I just figured, I don't know I wouldn't call them expectations. I would say an educated guess, just my thought process, knowing I know things have been delayed from the pandemic. I know this has happened. Like, I'm sure they need a place to start showing some of this stuff
Yeah.
Clearly they don't. Maybe they got it figured out. That was my reasoning.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting, really anything. I mean, I hoped for some stuff, but I mean, my expectations were pretty low. I just here's an example. And I told you this the other day, and I hate to, I'm not going to single out. I am going to single somebody out. Samus Hunter.
Enemy of the Triple G podcast.
And I'm not being a dick, and I'm not being an asshole, but this is going to be my example. That Twitter feed has been going off about, the 35th anniversary of Zelda will continue at the Game Awards. There's going to be this. There's going to be that. There's going to be this. There's going to be that. Yeah, goose egg on that one.
Yeah.
Goose egg on that one.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. You and I were talking last week, and before the show, we somehow got on the idea of the Indie Direct. And I was like, yeah, there's probably going to be one next week. Not because I have any inside information, because that's what Nintendo does. That's what they do. It's time for an Indie Direct. I figured it was probably going to happen. I didn't have any inside information. I'm not going to sit here and act like I did. I just, used my brain to be like, this is kind of the time it would probably happen. So there you go. Then I see that Twitter blow up whenever it happened. And, I don't know if it's a girl, boy, whoever runs the account is like, oh yeah, see, I got that right. Yeah, so did I.
If you
what are you
throw shit at a wall,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Some's gonna stick.
It's just, it drives me crazy because, the goose egg at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
It's like,
drip.
But you got this right. So it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. It just, we have to stop taking this shit as gospel, because it's not. These people may know something, but information changes, especially now. It is an ongoing changing thing with delays, the pandemic stuff. Even if these people have information, it could be outdated and changed so quickly. We have to stop with this. Sorry, go ahead.
Drip. Anyone with a microphone will say anything for clicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I'm not, listen, I am not innocent in doing things like that. I'm not. I did a whole series on what I hoped we would see for the Zelda 35th anniversary, but I also didn't come out here acting like I had inside sources saying that I knew anything.
You're not what they call a reporter or a leaker, if you will.
No, I'm not. I said this would be cool. That was my
yeah. Leaks and rumors don't really exist anymore. They do, but not quite. It's usually speculation, and rarely is it a real leak. They will call it a leak, but it's mostly speculation. But they frame it, they word it to you, they sell it to you as a leak because it's popular and because leaks get clicks. How many times have I, on a podcast episode, have I put something with the word leak in it? A lot.
Yeah. Because it works.
But we're not a leak. We're clearly not two leakers. We're not. This is not the Drip and Geeb leak podcast. We will. It's fine to talk about leaks and speculation. It's fine to base your content solely around it. That's not okay, especially if you're not a reporter. And we'll get to that. You can guess, right? I said a second ago. You can guess sometimes, but that's it. They're guesses. These people are just guessing. They're not reporters. Some of them are. Again, we'll get to that in a second.
No, and you're right about that, and we will get to that. But I do want to say this. To be fair, I don't know who Samus Hunter is. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know who they know. Now, do I think they have crazy inside contacts? I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. I mean, maybe they do know somebody. I mean, maybe they know the guy who fixes the heating at Nintendo.
The
guy who
maintenance
works for
guy.
the heating company that was in there saw something.
The maintenance guy who comes in and waxes toilet
who knows?
stalls.
Maybe
he hears something.
A developer or somebody. I don't know. Not a developer. That would be somewhere else. But somebody who works at Nintendo of America. Who knows? I don't.
But hold on. That's not, even if that's true, right? And even if that person they're getting that information from knows something that's real, even if that's true, you can't just get home on your Blue Yeti, talking to your Logitech webcam, talking about having information, sources saying that you're just a guy who might know something from another guy. That's not that, we talked earlier a couple days ago on the phone, Woj in the NBA universe, it's kind of the same job, right? But the difference between Woj and Joe Schmo, who we'll get to, he's a person. I've made him. We're not naming names on the Samus Hunter, but I made it a guy. His name's Joe Schmo. Okay. But the difference between Woj and Joe Schmo is that Woj does it for a living and knows contacts from being in the business for a long time.
Right. He's a credible reporter.
Credibility. Listen, we have a problem. Not going to get political, I promise. But we have a problem in this country with credibility. You can't just be credible. You earn it. Okay? You can't just be credible. You earn credibility. Fair. Okay? You're not entitled to credibility. You need to be credible and proven such as such.
Yes, exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. I don't know.
So I got a little thing here. You can go off of this as well. So I have just like a little thing here. So Joe Schmo, this is levels of leakers, okay? This is the very low level. This is the Joe Schmo. He's got, if he's rich, he bought an SM7B and an interface, probably a Focusrite. That's just, if you know, you know. But like everybody else in the world, okay? Joe Schmo with his basic camera, his SM7B or his Blue Yeti, talking into YouTube, okay? Expecting that's that's anybody who wants to be, okay? Okay. The next tier, and the next two tiers. There's only three tiers left. The next two tiers are pretty much the same tier. Just it depends. A higher level YouTuber with opinions and a popular influencer with opinions. So like maybe they're not a YouTuber, but they influence on the internet. They have opinions, or a YouTuber, right? So I kind of put you in that category. Okay, you're not a leaker. People don't come to you for leaks, but you're a popular YouTuber who has opinions, and that's kind of in that category you fall. There's lots of people like that. Also who falls in that category is kind of like people like Wolfden as well. People like Beat 'em Ups. All these people, like these YouTubers, and we're talking about Switch specifically here. They have opinions, okay? And sometimes their opinions get taken out of context, or sometimes their opinions get taken as they're leaking something, or we want something, willing it, if you will. And that's another level of leakers. Not that they're trying to necessarily do
see
it.
What you're saying. Yeah.
But that's another way people misconcept. They just hear something
people
someone
taking
says
things out of context, and running with them as fact.
Going on Twitter and going crazy, get it trending.
When they've clearly been presented as not fact, speculation.
Right, but people again,
talking about things that have been speculated on. Like,
but then
I get.
But then Joe Schmo's brother goes on Twitter and says, "I heard something that like, ooh, this could happen." Then it gets taken out of context. And then the last level is real journalists. An actual journalist.
Like people who are actually in they get it wrong too.
They do.
They get it wrong too.
Because they also speculate sometimes. But it's like an educated guess, but a real one from a professional.
Yeah, well, and they have a little bit more context to go off of as well.
Exactly, because they have sources. Real ones, not the janitor. So that's kind of what I have to say about this.
No, I mean, I agree, because I mean that's the thing. It's like, I mean, I could start a Twitter account tomorrow and start just blowing steam.
Listen, I already got a name for you. I got a name for you, dude. The Drip Leaks.
No, I'd do it completely anonymous. Nobody would even know it was me. And I could. What do we know? Like, let me think about some leaks that have come out that haven't come true. Because some of this stuff does come true. Like, clearly somebody knows something in some instances, because some of this stuff does come true.
Yeah.
And some of it's a little bit too on the nose to be like, okay, you made that up.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, cool. I can say, okay, there's a Donkey Kong game that's going to come. We're going to see Mario Odyssey 2 soon. There's going to be a Mario Kart 9
And then somebody else says, "Oh, it's been so many years since they've made this game. So that sounds like it could happen." And Twitter. Get your Twitter fingers out. People start chattering, and now suddenly and Samus Hunter sees it, rides with the title, and goes, "I heard, rumor confirmed from my sources that."
No, and I can see that. I looked at that account the other day, and I clearly that person is accused of doing that a lot because they seem to be defending themselves on Twitter a lot from people saying that, which I don't know. The whole thing is just like, do you need to defend yourself so much if you really know? Like, is it something you're that worried about people online talking about if you know it's true? Like you I don't know. It's like nasty comments in my comment section. Like I don't need to respond to most of those. Sometimes I do just because it's funny. But like, do I need to respond to that? I don't think so, because I know what I have going. Like, I don't need to do that. Someone's just being negative and nasty. I just feel like if you have to do that to justify yourself in the situation, maybe there's a little something in the situation that you're trying to justify to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I hate that we're singling somebody out, because there's way more. There's way more.
You said the name. It's not my fault.
I know, and I shouldn't have, but we're already on it. Yeah. So if they hear this, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to single you out.
If they
You're
hear
not
it,
the only one. And then, you know what? If you got a source, I mean, tell me. I won't tell anybody. Tell me who it is. No. I will not tell a soul.
Don't trust him, Samus.
if you could tell me where you're getting this information from, I would not tell a soul. I wouldn't even tell anybody that I knew. I wouldn't even mention it in public.
I'm gonna get a call at like Sunday night. It's like 11:45 my time. You just watch a NASCAR race. Geeb, fucking Samus Hunter.
No,
dude. They're like, yo, his name is just Joe Schmo. He works at the fucking factory, man.
No, I will not do that.
Listen, when you come to my house.
Listen, it's not even NASCAR season anymore, dude.
I know. So I don't get calls anymore on Sundays.
Yeah. I don't do anything on Sundays now. Sunday used to be a good day. What's Megan Boyd saying in the chat here?
I don't know. I wanted to
see that, but we're not gonna go there. We're not going there.
I want to talk a little bit to the chat. I want to get some more things, but I think this episode has run its course.
It has.
We speaking of courses. I don't know. That's not a good segue. We're gonna have the podcast here, guys.
Talk about like it's time for dessert. Course number 3. Like, okay.
Yeah, for
I don't know where you were going with that, but that's what I thought was going to come out of your mouth.
No, the after show is what's going to come out of my mouth. But first, well, guys, that's going to wrap up today's podcast. Don't forget to follow the Drippin' Geeb Twitter to stay up to date with when we release episodes. And make sure to tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live streaming and recording of this podcast. Episodes will release on audio platforms following the stream. You can find both Drip and Geeb on Twitch throughout the week. Make sure to hang out with us over there, twitch.tv/dripmedia, twitch.tv/Uncle Geeb. Patrons of Drip and Geeb, thank you so much for your support. We could not be content creators without your support. It helps us so much. Not only your monetary support, but also you just being here for us. That's also what Patreon is, being here, being there for the creators. We appreciate you guys. If as my buddy, not my real buddy, but like my fake buddy on YouTube, Dank Pods, is going through right now, he knows very well that without patrons, you can't do any of this stuff. You could, my buddy Dankbots, real quick, side note, Twitch hasn't paid him. They owe him thousands of dollars.
Wow, really?
Then they won't pay him. And he's not the only one. There's lots of people like that. And without his patrons, he wouldn't know what to do right. Not for money. We're not talking about money wise, but like the struggle of like, man, what to do. Anyway, we'll get to the after show. That's crazy. The exit. But yeah, it's super crazy. And again, thank you guys. Again, it's Patreon. Seriously. Thank you. Even if it's $1 a month, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to both of us. And with that, thank you for the listeners, Drippin' Geeb Podcast. We will see you guys next week.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.